welcome to another episode of Regional Italian Cuisine. Now, I must say, anywhere I look or read, here in Melbourne at the moment, the buzzword is all about pizza. But not just any pizza. Now, I know that there'll be the people that support different styles of pizza, but I have to say one thing. They say that Naples wouldn't exist without pizza, and pizza would not exist without Naples. It is the birthplace of pizza, and of course we have a very dear friend of mine that is going to be a guest on our show tonight that is of that line of thought. It's all about Neapolitan pizza. I'd like to welcome, of course, Johnny Di Francesco to the show, who has become a bit of a spokesman for this style of pizza, which is, I'm not saying better, it's different. Allora, Johnny, welcome back. Thank you, gorgeous man that you are. Now, listen. Now, you're going to make me say it, aren't you?
Yep.
Associazione Verace Pizza Napoletana. Is that right?
I've practiced a little bit.
Yeah, can you do?
Associazione Verace Pizza Napoletana. That's what it is.
Oh, my Lord. Now, let me ask you now, what is your role here in Australia in relation to the association?
Okay, so I'm the principal of the VPN, Australasia-wide. So
Right.
I do all the training for anyone that wants to come on board
Right.
and become a member of the VPN. So
Yeah.
I do Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, that's pretty major. And just for our viewers at home to recap, of course, this association was founded in '84 in Naples. It's the legal seat, I guess, of the group. And, of course, there is a couple of things that are very important here, because in order to become a member, you've got to pass some fairly stringent tests, don't you?
That's correct. So it's pretty basic. You've got to use the products from Campania.
Yep.
Your flour has to be 00.
Yes.
Cooked in a wood burning oven.
Yep.
And temperature and cooking time needs to be 400 degrees at 90 seconds.
Yeah. And no rolling pins.
No rolling pins.
And
all
no
by
fat
hand.
in the dough. I know,
No,
I did
no,
my
no.
homework.
Yeah.
Now, of course, on that note, I guess part of the reason for the show is because you actually had a fantastic trip over to Las Vegas, Caesar's Palace. Now, tell us about your time there.
So I went over to Las Vegas
Yes.
for the pizza show.
Yes.
Represented Australia there as part of the VPN.
Yes.
And part of that, we then went to the Caesar Palace.
Right.
And me and two of the best pizzaioli in the world. So I worked with Umberto and Guglielmo, which are both from Napoli.
Only Napoletani, the three of you are
Correct.
Napoletani,
Yes,
no?
yes. And we did a good demonstration, and we cooked for about 300 people.
Wow. So does that mean you made the dough from scratch
Correct.
and then cooked in the pizza oven?
Correct. Yeah.
Wow.
So we used some of the members' pizzerias in Las Vegas.
Right.
Went there and did the dough the
Right.
night before and stuff, and then brought it over to Caesar Palace. And
So can I ask you, in America, is it as, I guess, as prolific as, because of course pizza's really taken on here in Australia, correct? And I think we're doing it pretty well, even though there are different styles. Of course, yours is one style. In America, are they sort of getting to it? Because I always think of fast food in America. I don't know why.
You'll be surprised because you're correct, because the pizza in America has all been, deep pan and that sort of style.
Yeah.
Since the association's been in America, it's
Yes.
changed.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we've, there's about 50 or 60 members in the US.
Wow.
But it's taken over 10 years to establish that amount of accreditations, because we are very strict on who we give the membership.
And worldwide, of course, there are only about 350 to 400 people that are part of the association. So therefore, you've got to be damn well good, don't you?
Correct.
And you're good.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, of course, with the association now, this Las Vegas trip, is this something that they do annually?
The pizza show in Vegas is done annually.
Right.
That was the second year that the VPN actually presented themselves to the Vegas show.
All right. But over and beyond that, of course, they also have a fairly momentous event that happens in Naples.
Correct. This year they did the Pizza Olympics.
Pizza Olympics.
And there was 20 countries that were
participating,
and
yes.
I was the only Australian to participate. So
wow. Was that nerve-wracking for you?
Very, very nerve-wracking. It was something different.
So tell me, what did it mean? So with the Pizza Olympics, what is it that you had to do? Produce a pizza or a number of pizzas?
So there was 4 categories.
Yes.
There was the pizza verace.
Yes.
So the STG category, which is margherita.
Right.
Or a marinara.
So margherita for our viewers at home, of course, the red, the white, the green. So we've got mozzarella, tomato and basil.
Correct.
Then the other one was?
Napoli.
The Napoli,
so
which
just
was?
tomato, oregano and garlic.
And garlic, yep.
Yep. The other category was traditional.
Yes.
So you can make up your own pizza.
And what did you make up?
I used a couple of different ingredients, some yellow tomatoes, some beans.
Something a bit funky
little
because
bit
you've got
funky,
to, yeah. Mhm.
Then there was pizza fritta.
Which is fried pizza.
Yep.
Is that the one that's always
in
filled?
calzone style.
Yeah, calzone style, yes.
And the last category was pizza artistica, so artistic pizza.
Where you showed your skill.
Correct. I entered two of the categories,
Yes.
which was STG and traditional, or traditional.
Yeah.
I came 15th in the world.
Oh, that's a pretty
So
big. That's
it was
a pretty
okay.
big.
It was okay.
Well, I guess you were up against people that, of course, that have been doing this even because you're fairly young. So I'm just assuming that there's also a lot of older people that are part of the association.
Yeah, correct.
So big pat on the back.
Thank you.
Now, I guess the other thing I want to talk about is let's talk about the ingredients, of course, that form part of the association. That there's a fairly strict code here. So do all the ingredients have to come from the Campania region?
Look, they say that you should source the ingredients from Campania, but if you can't, then your local ingredients are fine.
Yes.
But they have to be at the standards or close to.
All right. So, for example, talk to me about mozzarella. Now, buffalo versus fior di latte. Can you use both?
You can. They do approve fior di latte and buffalo.
Okay.
The VPN or the STG margherita is made with buffalo.
Yes.
But
Yes.
they also say that margherita can be made with fior di latte.
Yeah, because there's two schools of thought in that, because they say that actually the fior di latte is not as heavy. Is that right?
It's not as wet.
It's not as wet. That's what I meant.
it's not
Yes,
as wet,
yes, yes.
The tomato should be Sarmazzano.
Yes. Some of course, that are grown all over the Campania region. So
Correct.
for our viewers at home, they are the elongated tomatoes.
Correct. And 00 flour
Yes, which means a more refined flour, doppio zero.
and cooked in a wood burning oven.
Yeah, wow. There you
it's
go.
very good, yeah.
Oh, well, I guess I have to say that in Australia, we are just, I reckon we're nailing it, don't you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, we're going to go to a short break, and when we come back, what are you going to show for us?
Well, I'm going to make a couple of dishes from Napoli. So, dish with some mussels, a pescatore dish with
Yes.
paccheri, and a sweet pizza.
And a sweet pizza. All right.